I made homemade pop. Oh my goodness. And it's really easy.
Today we're going to be making pop, or soda, or Coke, if you're one of my southern neighbors. One of the biggest things about pop is that it is fizzy, and we're not using CO2 cartridges to make it fizzy. So we're going to be using a ginger bug. No, get your mind out of the gutter, we're not eating bugs. What we will be doing is taking ginger, skin and all, and adding it with water and sugar, creating a fermentation that is going to give off CO2 gas, which when we put it in our juice, is going to make it fizzy. First, we're going to take a ginger, and we're going to weigh out 150 grams of ginger, and it's 106 to 2. And that's close enough for me. Next, we are going to need 500 grams of water. This is definitely not the easiest way to do this. Now that we have our water weighed out, we need to grate all of our ginger, or you can use a food processor, but in this case, I am the food processor. Can you tell I'm having a great time? No? Okay. If you have arthritis, use a normal food processor, like the electric ones, not these ones. Thankfully, I don't have arthritis, but I might by the time I'm done with this. Now that I smell like a Christmas cookie and all this ginger is grated, let's start assembling. Ladies, if any of you like ginger, I reek. I reek. I mean, I don't know if reek. Never mind, it's not reek. I like ginger, so if you like ginger, maybe you'll like how I smell right now. That was weird. I don't know. Now that we have all of our ginger grated, we're going to be adding 2 tablespoons of our ginger to our water, and then we will be adding 2 tablespoons of sugar to our water. We're going to give that a good stir. And now I'm going to take a paper towel. I'm going to fold it over on itself. I'm going to set it on top of the jar, and then I'm going to put the mason jar lid right on top of that. So that way you end up with a not so good seal, which is kind of what you want. Now I will be coming back to this every single day and adding another spoonful of ginger and another spoonful of sugar for about 3 or 4 days until we have a completed ginger bug. The rest of the ginger I'm going to put in this jar, and I'm going to keep it in the fridge so that way it's fresh, and we'll continue adding a spoonful a day.
Ginger bug is almost ready. As you can see, there's a bunch of bubbles on top, and then when I spin it, well, you can tell, but there's a bunch of tiny bubbles that come up when I shake it. I can't see them on the camera, but they are coming up. So it means the ginger bug is getting real close to use. You know, you can see some of the bubbles on top. So I'm gonna add more ginger and sugar today still. Even though there were some bubbles today, I would like it to be even stronger. So that's why we're adding more sugar today and more ginger. And then I'll probably just do that tomorrow too, because tomorrow all day I'll be driving. So maybe the next day we'll make it. So I'm excited. It's also starting to smell really awesome. It kind of smells like a ginger ale. It smells really good. I'm actually leaving to go on a little bit of a trip tomorrow, so I'm just gonna bring the ginger bug with me, as well as the juice and stuff I want to carbonate, and then I'm gonna bring the bottles with me too. So we're gonna be doing some juice in a hotel, so that'll be fun. On a little bit of a trip, so I'm bringing the ginger bug with me, and then we're also gonna bring the box of bottles down there. Just gonna kind of nestle you in there. Oh, that is perfect. Oh yeah, then we'll be able to bottle all of our soda.
Well, it was a long walk, but now we're in Missouri, and we brought our ginger bug with us. So we're going to be taking these 3 different juices and then carbonating them. Our 3 juices that we have are a pineapple juice, a tart cherry juice, and a pomegranate juice. So it should be fun. I think that the tart cherry one's going to turn out really good, as well as the pomegranate. I'm slightly unsure about this pineapple, pineapple, and ginger. We'll see how it goes together. So we're going to take our ginger bug. It's quite active. It's just bubbling here as we speak, and I'm going to pour some of it in here. I have a paper towel in the funnel. That way it won't get any ginger bits. I was meant to bring a little metal strainer, but I forgot to bring it, so hopefully the paper towel doesn't do anything to the ginger bug. I want to get about 1 inch in here, and then we're also going to put some sugar in there for the ginger bug to eat and make it extra carbonated. I'm going to take some of this organic sugar, and I'm supposed to put a tablespoon in there. It seems like a lot, but the ginger bug is supposed to eat most of that sugar and turn it into carbonation. And since we don't have the paper towel on top of this anymore and it's going to be all sealed up in here, the bubbles don't have anywhere to escape, and then it makes your drink carbonated. So we're going to take our tablespoon. I'm going to use this one because I'm not going to use it for wet stuff. So we have our tablespoon of sugar now in our jar, and then I'm going to take this one that has the paper towel in it, and we're going to pour, and we want about, it said an inch of liquid. So hopefully we don't get too many ginger bits in there. We'll see. It's draining real slow. All right, while I wait for this one to drain, I'm gonna start on the other ones and get them all situated. I know I said an inch of ginger bug. I think that hopefully will be enough. I have to do all these bottles, so I'm gonna swap it over and hopefully it's enough in that one. Well, we ended up filling 5 bottles with the ginger bug, and we ran out of ginger bug. There's still a little bit of liquid in there, and I think that you can revitalize it, so that's what I'm going to try to do. So now we are going to fill them up with all the fruit juice. I think I'm going to do 2 tart cherry, 2 of this pomegranate, and probably 1 of this pineapple juice. Let's go. Tart cherry juice. Look at that, it's already bubbling. Well, we used most of that one. I think that's as much as you're supposed to fill it up. So we are now going to seal this bottle right here. We have 1 bottle done. Now there's the sugar on the bottom. So we want to shake it, get it upside down, shake it, make sure all that sugar is nicely incorporated, and then we will let this sit for 2 days. Woo. For this last one, because all of them are so low on juice, where we have a little bit of this pineapple juice, and I'm going to dump that in, and then I'm going to fill the rest up with some orange juice that I got at Costco. So we have our organic orange juice here from Costco, and we're going to pour this in so it'll be like an orange pineapple soda. Maybe like kind of like a Fanta. Although it looks like European Fanta, not a American Fanta. Seal her up. And then for this very last one, we have some cherry and we have some pomegranate, and I am just going to mix those 2 together. And then I have a little bit more cherry juice in another jar. So we will do cherry and this pomegranate, and then the rest with that cherry juice. This one's a black cherry instead of a tart cherry. So we'll do this one, and we'll fill the rest up with this. You can already tell that they're starting to be carbonated, because if I shake this one, you can see all the bubbles rising to the top. Well, now we're gonna let these puppies sit in a slightly warm environment for the next, I think, day, or it'll probably only take a day. The ginger bug is pretty strong and healthy, and then tomorrow we will be able to crack these puppies open and try some of our pop. Hello there, welcome to my tiny house. Let's refrigerate the pop. I made homemade organic soda at home, and it's really easy. And that is not fizzy at all. Well, apparently I did something wrong. I mean, it tastes good, it tastes like cherry juice, but no bubbles. Well, I was dumb and I put my ginger bug in the fridge to slow down the fermentation, because I was like, I don't want this thing exploding on me on the drive home. So apparently I shouldn't have put it in the fridge, because these things aren't fizzy at all. So what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to empty them a little bit each, and then add some more ginger bug, and hopefully we can get these things actually fizzy. But I have to wait for my ginger bug to wake up, because it's not fizzy either right now. So it's going to be longer than I thought it was. Well, I've added more sugar to the ginger bug. Hopefully it wakes up, and then hopefully we can make them fizzy again. But I'm just going to let them sit in here for a little bit. I have the lid on. It's not covered all the way, so nothing will get in, but it can still get oxygen to be able to ferment. Welcome back to my normal kitchen. I think I found out why our pop wasn't fizzy at all. It was just juice. I think I figured out why it wasn't fizzy, and I think it was just because I didn't add enough ginger bug. I only added like a tiny bit in the bottom, and then I was reading a bunch of stuff, and I was watching a bunch of other videos of people making homemade pop at home, and I saw one guy, and he made pop, but then he added about like that much ginger bug in a 16-ounce bottle. Now these are liter bottles, so I think that I just didn't add enough ginger bug. So we've got our ginger bug here. It is active. It's also much more full than the first time I did it, because I figured I need a lot extra. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to end up pouring out a little bit out of a couple of these bottles, and then we're going to add more ginger bug to make these things actually fizzy this time. I also have my metal strainer this time, so I don't have to stuff paper towels in this tube. What I'm going to do is I think that one is empty enough, and we're just going to pour some of the ginger bug in here. And we're going to add a bunch of it. I think that... Ooh! Well, that's carbonated. Well, that's fun. Oh, that one has a little bit of carbonation to it. That one sat for a lot longer, too. That's really full. It'll really be bubbling. Here, this is the cherry mix with the pomegranate. We'll just pour a tiny bit in here because that's a little too full. It did that stupid thing where it runs down the side of the bottle, and I just ended up with a big puddle on the floor. I'm gonna make a little concoction here because I just need to get some stuff out. Well, some of these bottles got more than others. I ended up spilling a ton on the ground because it shot back out. This one, this orange juice and pineapple, this one has a lot of it in there. So that one should hopefully do well. And give all of these a little bit of a thing. My spices. They're revolting. Protesting that I'm not giving them enough attention. This video is not about you. But yeah, hopefully. See, like, I think that might not be, I think that that's not enough room in the top. I think that I need to have more room there. But I guess we'll find out. And then these ones got some of the ginger bug. We'll see how much they actually got. So I'll see you guys in 2 days when hopefully these puppies are carbonated. I'm also going to get this ginger bug back up and running. I'm going to add 2 scoops of sugar to that. And we'll give that a stir. And we'll get this back up and going so we can, if we need to, we can add some more carbonation. But I also want to make ginger beer. It's not actual beer, it's just like ginger ale. But you need a ginger bug for that too. You need a ginger bug for everything. Maybe what I should probably do is get a bigger jar for my ginger bug, because this one I can only make so much. And I realize I'm making 5 liters of pop. That's kind of a lot. So maybe I should make less at a time too. But we have 5 right now. We're sticking to 5. But maybe in the future I'd like to make maybe like 2 liters of ginger beer. And I have 2 things. So if I get enough ginger bug, I can do that too. Cleaning all these things off because they got so sticky when everything spilled. Okie dokie, these puppies have been sitting in the cabinet for about 2.5 days now. This is starting to be the 3rd day, and these things are bubbling. These 3 right here, the pomegranate, the cherry, and the pineapple, I think have the best success of working. The cherry mix and this other pineapple one that doesn't have the orange juice in it, we will see if those are fizzy. The cherry one, I can actually see some bubbles. The pineapple one, I think I may have filled it slightly too full with not quite enough ginger bug. But I guess we'll see, and I can always, if it's not fizzy, I can always just add a little more ginger bug and then let it sit for a couple more days. If I were to do this again, I wouldn't do quite as many bottles all at once because I'm not going to drink it all at once anyway. So I would just do maybe like 2 or 3 liters instead of all 5 liters. and then it's a little more manageable with how much ginger bug you have to use. So I'm gonna throw all of these in the fridge, and then we will have a little taste test in a couple hours. I made homemade pop, and it's really easy. That was fun. I made homemade pop. Oh my goodness. And it's really easy. Well, as you can tell right here, this is the cherry one, and it is very fizzy. And it tastes really good. I'm really happy with how this cherry one turned out. I tried this orange one over here. Again, very fizzy. Lots of bubbles. Really happy with the carbonation. However, this one almost tastes slightly fermenty, which is interesting. I don't know how to describe the fermenty flavor, but this one, oh my goodness. What do we... Stop it! It's trying to escape. But yeah, it almost tastes slightly fermenty. Not sure how to describe that. Now let's try these ones. These were the ones that I didn't know if they were going to carbonate. I think this pomegranate one has the highest chance of being carbonated. That is, oh my goodness. That is very carbonated. And to think, I was worried about that one. Woo! Ha! That one's good too. Woo! That was exciting. And to think, I thought that one wasn't going to be carbonated. And that was the most carbonated one out of any of them so far. That was crazy. Because don't underestimate your pop. So this is just the pomegranate one. I like that one. That was good. The ginger bug, you can tell, eats a lot of the sugar. Because these definitely aren't as sweet as just the raw juices, but they have a really nice flavor. I like that. I like that pomegranate one. That one's really good. Alrighty. Let's try this cherry one. Have my glass on hand. I guess this one could be really carbonated too. Okay, it definitely is carbonated. It's foaming up. But not as carbonated as that pomegranate one. It's still very carbonated. So that's nice. I was worried about that one. That one's good. So that one's a mix between a tart cherry, a black cherry, and a pomegranate. I like that one. That one's really good. And last but not least, this is our straight pineapple juice. This first one we tried, the yellow ones, is a orange juice pineapple mix. It's really good. So now we're going to try just this pineapple one. I think that this one, out of all of them, has the chance of being the least carbonated. But I guess we'll find out. It's also very close to the top, which means if it does spill over, it's going to do it real quick. I don't even see any bubbles. I don't even know if this one's carbonated at all. Nope. Okay. So with this one, what I'll do is I'll do what I did with these other ones, and I'll drain a little bit. And I'll add some ginger bug. And then it'll be carbonated too. But all these other ones, I'm surprised. I did not think that these two, the pomegranate and the cherry, were going to turn out, but at least as carbonated as they were, especially that pomegranate one. Out of all four of these that I was able to try today, the pomegranate and the cherry, they're kind of my least favorite. I mean, I still like them. They're still very good, but they both just taste kind of like how you would expect. Like they would. I mean, they taste like cherry and it tastes like pomegranate. Neither of them are bad, but they just kind of taste like they would expect. This cherry mix, which was the mix of the tart cherry, the wild cherry, and then the pomegranate, this one's really good. You can taste both of the cherries, both different ones, and then you can also taste the pomegranate. The pomegranate almost gives it like a little kick. It's good. And then between this cherry one and this pineapple orange juice one. These ones both have a bit of like a fermentation taste to them. They both taste like they're slightly fermented. It's almost like a kombucha kind of thing. But then this pineapple orange juice one is really good too. We'll see how just the pineapple one is once I end up doing that one for another fermentation, since I didn't add enough the first time. But both of these are definitely my favorite. This cherry one also has like definitely a fermentation taste. The pomegranate doesn't necessarily, even though the pomegranate one was like explosive with how much fizz it had. I really like these two the most. These two I would definitely make again. These two, I think the mixes is better if you're able to mix them together. We'll see. In the future, I would like to try some different juices and also try some teas. I'd like to make some sodas out of teas. It'd be cheaper to do that because if you buy the juice and just ferment it, it is a little expensive. Whereas if you were to ferment a tea, or if you were to make ginger beer is really easy to make. I might make a video about how to do that. So the teas would be a cheaper way to do this. If you enjoyed this video about how to make soda, consider checking the video out up there. But other than that, I'll see you guys later.